Do you have approach anxiety? Does it piss you off? Do you want to overcome it? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you the approach anxiety fix, and it's going to fix your approach anxiety. So, stay tuned. Number one, you have to know where you're at. Depending on if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. If you're advanced, you probably wouldn't be watching this video, so you're probably a beginner or intermediate. You need to know where you're at, okay? A quick backstory of what this is it's a diagram called the Map of Consciousness. It's from a book called Power versus Force, and the scale is called the Map of Consciousness. I think I just said that. But basically, there's 15 paradigms on the scale, but I've just summarized it with shame, anger, and love, okay? The three main ones is roughly shame, anger, love. So if you're a beginner, you're probably at the level of shame. If you haven't gone out much, if you haven't gone out at all, if you haven't approached much, you're probably at the level of shame. Why? Because if you haven't got the ball rolling, it's very hard to get the ball rolling. And a lot of the time, our mind, it makes up excuses and it rationalizes our why we haven't got any momentum or, grinding, why we're not trying to kill it. Our mind will just make up all these excuses because deep down we have shame. Deep down we have feelings of inadequacy, of like, I'm not good enough, I'm not blah, 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 blah. But on the top level, it's like, you're just rationalizing why you're not doing it. For whatever reason you haven't gone out yet and you're watching this video, or maybe you're dabbling in this, you have some reasons, okay? So we're at the level of shame. And then you move beyond that and you go into anger, and anger is more competitive. You're more like, let's go, you're more grinding. This guy is at an intermediate level. He's done pickup for a while or whatever it is. This isn't just for pickup, it's for general. So it could be overall life. Like the person down here is a derper. They're like just lazy, just drinking alcohol, binging movies, they're just waiting for the weekend, and then they're getting drunk with their friends. They're like, yeah. And then they're like, shit, work. I gotta go to work, oh no, and then Monday starts and they hate life again. That's most people, and a lot of people honestly down at the lower levels. But then you have the angered guy, and he's like, yo, let's hustle, let's grind, yo, let's kill her, let's go out and work on my social skills, let's go. The ball's rolling, they've got momentum, they're like, yeah. So they're in the intermediate level. This is in terms of life, okay, but in pickup, it's the guy who's gone out and done social skills for a while, he's improved already. And then you got love, and what love is it's kind of integrating anger, competition, like go, but it's coming from a relaxed place. So what this looks like is the guy's kind of like, he looks kind of like chill, he's like, yeah man, what's up, how you doing? But he has that, let's go, that same attitude. So he's a hustler, but he's kind of relaxed at the same time. Because the problem when you're staying in competition, when you're like hustling, let's go, is a lot of time it's from a place, you're doing it from a place of inadequacy. You still got some unresolved issues like shame, fear, because like in terms of social skills, you're trying to improve your dating life, trying to get those high quality girls. When you're trying to get them, you're assuming you're not good enough for them already. Do you see what I mean? It's like, if you're hustling, yeah, let's go, let's get the business, let's get all that. It's kind of implying you're not good enough already without it. But the difference between love and anger is, love, it's like, yeah, I'm already good enough, I'm already awesome, but you're becoming more and more awesome. It's a different frame. You could frame it, it's like scarcity is more shame, anger is the bridge between scarcity and abundance, and love is abundance. So let's get back to approach anxiety. When you're coming from a place of love, you've got not much approach anxiety at all. So you want to get to here, but you can't jump from shame to love, unfortunately, I'm sorry. But another good thing about this scale is you get a reference of approach anxiety because, as I just mentioned, if you're at a level of shame, it's much harder to get the ball rolling. And the beginner is at the level of shame. So, what do I mean get the ball rolling? Say you're bowling in a bowling alley. The amount of force it takes to throw the ball compared to the ball just rolling is a bit different. You have to push it. So in order to start going out, like when I first started going out, I had to go, oh my God, this is crazy. I had all these fears of failure. I fear it wouldn't work out. What if I'm not good enough? What if I tried working with social skills and that I was actually totally horrible at it and I couldn't do it and then I quit? What would that say about me? I'd be like this person who's just a failure. That's fear of failure. You're fearing that you'll fail at it. But you got to overcome all that. And usually the person that's shame, whether it's pick up, going to the gym or whatever it is, starting a new business, usually we start at the level of shame. So we have to just jump in and get into that anger state. And then once the ball's rolling, you're like, let's go, you're going. So once an intermediate guy is at the level of anger, well, it's usually coincide, anger and intermediate, I would say, is he's already like got less approach anxiety. He's already overcome all those irrational fears. He's already going, so he's gonna have less approach anxiety. He's already doing it. The ball's already rolling. So, how do you get from shame to anger? And then you might go, no, but I'm at anger, bro. But it's not like, let's not think about life, overall life. Let's just think about pickup. If you haven't gone out much at all, if you're a dabbler, if you haven't like worked on your social skills at all, you've never really approached a girl in a public place, being sober, maybe even in the daytime, if you haven't done that before, usually you're at the level of shame in pickup, just bear with me with pickup, okay? So, how do you get to shame to anger? Or higher states of anger? How do you get to love? The second thing I have here is CBD, okay? What CBD is it's a psychology term. It stands for cognitive behavioral therapy. What cognitive behavioral therapy is basically, once you have a fear, what they say in psychology is, to overcome that fear, you have to face it. Most of our lives, we are running away from fear. But now, we're going to run towards it. And it's going to be scary. But we're going to put ourselves in the fire. So you're going to approach after approach after approach. You're going to go out and get rejected. And that's how you get to the intermediate level. You've got to put yourself in the fire. Yeah, you're going to get rejected. A lot of guys, they just want to get all this like stuff and watch all these videos. They want to get it all mastered, all their inner dialogue or something. It's irrational. It doesn't make sense. And then they'll do their first approach. But then they get rejected anyway. They think like, oh, I'll just be prepared for that first approach and then it'll work out and I'll get a girlfriend and I'll be happy ever after. You got a long time until you get to that level, okay? Alright, so the way you want to get to anger and in that competition mode, let's go. One way, I've got two things here, is money. First way, money. This is great. Like, even a year in, I was going out 3 to 6 nights a week for a whole year. A year in, things started getting stale. I started slipping away. I started getting kind of not bored, but unmotivated. So what I actually did to counteract this was, I thought, alright, what can I do in order to make myself do it? Just to make myself do it. Like in the beginning, it's fine, you're like, yeah, let's go. It was fun for me, but then in a year in, I was like, I've been doing this for a while, can I just like chill now? Alright, so to get myself back in the zone, I'd be like 9 PM at the nightclub, I'd be like, yo, bro, here's 40 bucks. If I don't approach 5 girls by 12 AM, you keep it. So you know what I did? I did my approaches, and I did that like 2-3 times a week for about 3 weeks. So that's like 9-10 times. And what happened was, I got back, that momentum came back, and then the 11th time I was like, yo, I'll give you actually, nah, I don't need to give you any money. I'm just gonna do it by myself. I think I'm good. And I was good. I had that ball, the ball was rolling now. I didn't need to keep giving my mate money because I was doing it. And my client right now, I'm so proud of him. What he's doing now, every day he is approaching a girl per day. And he gave his mate, he's like, bro, I'm gonna give you $100, $100 US, and if I don't approach a girl a day this week, you keep it. So now he's doing it. There's no yes or no choice. The problem is getting to shame and anger. You're giving yourself the ability to decide, yeah, I could work on my social skills, or I could do it later. When you give your friend money, you're doing it. There's no decision. You're just doing it. Or you give up $200, and then, bro, that's not good. You don't want to do that. So you're gonna do it, okay? So I got accountability here too. So that's accountability, money accountability. But in this sense, I mean going out with friends. If you go out, I found a community of guys in Melbourne that I went out with, and they were all motivated to do the same thing. They all wanted to get girls and get good at their social skills. So I'm like, Well, we went out together and I'm like, dude, go, approach. And he'd be like, I don't want to. And I'd be like, go. And he would do it. And then he'd do the same for me. So it was a give and take. But because when you're going out by yourself, it's you versus yourself. And it's so easy to make excuses. So when you can go out with someone else, even just your mate, your workmate, whatever, find someone to go out with. And if he's not going to tell you to approach a girl like he should, just tell him you'll give him money if you don't, okay? So there's some good accountability measures, but basically you want to get in the fire. You want to get in the fire. The sword only gets sharp once it's been in the fire for a while. You need to get in the fire. They're your training wheels. But now, once you've done all that and you worked in social skills, you want to, and your approach anxiety is lessened, because it will once you're in that momentum, you want to get to the level of love. Okay? What is love? Think of it as like a collaborative frame. The reason you have approach anxiety is because you're probably coming from this competition frame. I need to overcome this girl. I need to get the girl. I need to win her over. I need to make her like me. It's competitive. So the problem is there's a polarity. You want this, it's like an attachment. You want her to really like you. You want it to really go well. But because you're attached to the positive, you're resisting the negative. See, like, you're scared it won't go well. You're scared you'll go home alone. You're scared you won't get the number. You're scared she'll judge you in front of everyone in the room. You're scared you look stupid in front of your friends. You're scared the 10 will reject you and you make you feel less, and it'll bring up all your insecurities. So you see there's this polarity. So when you're coming from a place of love, neutralizing the mind, you start this level is coming from a collaborative frame. You start to become aware of all these thoughts and conditioning and this programming that's going on. It's all this unconscious programming, and it's the reason why you were scared in the first place. Oh, I can't approach her because she's holding bags. Oh, I can't approach her because I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. I'm not wearing the right clothes. My hair's not done. She'll probably judge me. Like, there's too many people around. All these things, they're coming from a place of fear. The origins of approach anxiety is coming from a place of fear. The root is fear. When you can neutralize the mind and be aware of this unconscious programming, you have the ability to let go of it. Why are we always on our phone scrolling and binging YouTube and movies and drinking? Because we're numbing ourselves. Okay? We're escaping. Getting to love is kind of being aware of all that stuff all that shit, and it's like coming up. Like, when's the last time you were sitting on your own or lying down or doing whatever without your phone or without anything? It's kind of, maybe for you it's kind of scary, I don't want to do that. Even going to the toilet, I used to bring my phone to the toilet. I freak out, okay, I can't go to the toilet without my phone, right? Because it's scary. So part of love is neutralizing the mind, being aware of your thoughts. It's easier said than done, but you want to get to this collaborative frame where it's not you versus the girl, it's you and the girl winning together. That is the goal. That's where you want to get to, not competition. When you've got competition, you've got you versus the girl. So it creates this polarity, it creates this fear because you're attached to winning and you're resisting failure. Okay, but don't worry about all that if you're a beginner. Don't worry, that's too much information. That's just maybe for the intermediate guys. But then you might be here and you're like, oh no, there's more I need to learn before I go out. I need to learn this love thing. No, you need to go out. You need to go out. You want to work on the external. You want to learn on the technique and the going out, approaching, getting the feedback, getting in the mud, getting in the fire, cognitive behavioral therapy. Because that will give you the feedback. This is what I did. You want to take it step by step. You can do this as well. Do them both. Research this. This is from Power versus Force. It tells you it breaks down all these things. It breaks down love. If you want to read that, do it. But go out at the same time. This alone, it won't help you. You're going to be one of those spiritual bypassers who just sits down and oh yeah, I'm spiritual. I don't need anything. I can let go. No, you want to be an action taker too. You don't want to neglect the physical. You want to take action, and massive action, the physical. Get this mastered, but at the same time, master the internal, your thinking, your mind, how you reflect, how you interact with the world. Master both, okay? It's like my business. I need to know how business works, right? I need to know how to generate leads and do online marketing and get clients. So I have to research that. I have to read books and learn from other people and do it. Like, make these videos, I have to do some practical stuff. I can't just read it and be like, yes, I'm good now. No, I need money. So I go to the practical stuff. Just like going out. You gotta learn, you gotta start building intuition of how you're interacting with girls, start start complimenting, you know, start leading, start asking for numbers. All that will break through that fear. So you have to do it all at the same time. That might sound scary, all at the same time. Go out a lot, work on your approaching, just approach, but at the same time, read some stuff. And also research attraction. This is probably way too out there for the beginner. Read books on attraction. That'll also cover stuff like this too. Read books on attraction. The first book I read was Corey Wayne, The 3% Man. It was more a book on relationship advice, but it was good nonetheless. I also read The Superior Man, really good. Read The Rational Male. It's all beginner stuff, and it gets you like fired up to go out and take action. So that's what I'll leave you with, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Goodbye.